Welcome to the Media Network studio this morning on ITV, and this morning we shall be talking with the Director General of National Biosafety Management Agency, Dr. Genetically, and we'll be taking a look at the biosafety measures being put in place by the agency to ensure that the country is safe and Nigerians are not taking food that are not in proper alliance with what is recommended by the agency. And joining this morning, like I said, is Dr. Genetically, and now we have couple of questions for her, which is going to help us to really shed more light on this. And now my first question to her this morning will definitely be, what is National Biosafety Management Agency all?
National Safety Management Agency came into being with an act in the year 2015, giving us the powers to regulate modern biotechnology and also to be able to monitor and to make sure that genetically modified organisms that are being used and foods and feeds conform to biosafety measures.
One of the major challenges that is also facing Nigeria is insecurity, which has also led to shortage of food. And for me, my question for her definitely will have to do with how does the agency ensure that they don't lower their standard in the process of ensuring that we are not facing a situation where the food situation is becoming an alarming situation. Right?
My take on GMO as a regulator, is that I make sure in producing a genetically modified are in place. Right from we have the dossier on the lab work, then in the confined field trials, and also when we monitor, we carry out surveillance on these measures, and when the promoter of the technology is in compliance, then we are able to give that person a permit. So for my take as a regulator, I make sure that it is safe and it will not impact negatively on the health of the human, the animals, plants, and the biodiversity as a whole, the environment.
What necessary steps are you taking to ensure that Nigeria is not left out in the scheme of things when it comes to ensuring that the country do not turn to a dumping ground, and when it comes to field biological weapons, field biological products, and stuff like that?
Yes, modern biotechnology is a blessing for mankind because of the forms in which modern biotechnology has been able to bring about an insect infestation during planting, so it improves the yield, and there have been some that have dropped, some are even to the extent of crop have granted IBD where the maruca, which infests the plant, has been taken care of by genetical modification. And also we have cases of, in the case of BT cotton, we have also on maize. These are some of the insects, and then droughts have been able to have been taken care of by genetically modifying this plant. Definitely we will not and we cannot our standards, and I think that is more for the promoters, because we work on facts and figures, we work on the trials of the process So we carry out risk assessments and we make sure that these are safe. So once it's not safe, we do not take it up. We do not accept it. That is it.
Aspect in technology. How does the agency ensure that Nigeria is not left out in the scheme of things? Put into consideration the fact that we don't also become a dumping ground for some field biological products.
Year 2019, our act was amended to improve biosecurity, gene editing, synthetic biology, gene drives. So we, as an agency, we are the coordinating agency on this kind of security or security matters, and we work in conjunction with the Office of the National Security Advisor. So we're doing our bit, and we are on top of our job, and with technology and cross-border transfer goods and services, these things are cropping up. But then we are putting measures in place to make sure that we address all these issues.
And is there a database by the agency? So for a record of approval giving, licensing given to superstores to really carry out their activities and everything in Nigeria?
We have our databases because sometimes usually when we give permits, we do surveillance. So we are up to date about who we have given a permit to, and we make sure that they comply to those the guidelines that are involved in granting them those permits.
Production of biological weapons is also major worry, especially in the Western world. We have people are producing biological weapons, using it for so many means, and put into consideration the insecurity we are experiencing in this country, and also the issue about tribal conflict and stuff like that. How does the agency ensure that biological weapons are not imported into this country, and what regulations do they have in place to ensure they can really monitor these activities?
Biosafety is an international process. We have what we call the Cartagena Protocol. So we have rules and regulations, we have guidelines, we have the way in which we do it. We have member parties, we have all these who have signed into this Cartagena Protocol. So there are rules and regulations which you cannot break, and we are constantly meeting and discussing issues to make sure that there's no breach in protocol. If Argentina sends something here or from here to there, there are guidelines, there are protocols that have to be adhered to.
Do you have enough personnel? When you put into consideration that we have 36 states including Federal Capital Territory, do you have enough personnel that can be able to monitor activity across the 36 states of the Federation? As
much as possible, we're trying, because we all know there are so many leakages here and there. But we have zonal offices in the 6 geopolitical zone. And then also we have MOUs with a lot of some border agencies. We have a fantastic one with the Nigeria Customs Service. We are on their platform. They have a platform where we can quickly detect importation or exportation, as it may be, of any GM product, because we already have a list. We already know countries that are into GMOs, so we are able to track with this software. And once we are in track and we are sure that okay, this is, we now go take samples and we do the normal protocols that we do. If it is safe for the Nigerian populace, then we can give them the permit. But if it is not, we do not. And there was an instance couple of years ago, there was to be an importation of some grains into the country, and it was discovered that it would not be safe for our populace, and this ship was sent back to where it was coming from.
Finally, before I let you go, what is your message to the Nigerians as it relates to GMO?
My message to them is that they should always look at the content, look at the expiry date, check what it is that you are buying. And one thing we are trying to do to help the Nigerian populace was a meeting we had with the superstores, educating them on some of these foods that could be on their shelf, how they can know about the safety, and if they are not sure, how they can come here to get the safety, to know about, is it safe, which country is it coming from, does it contain much more than the level that it ought to contain. And so is that we want our populace to be safe, and we want to keep them. And it's quite nice, I tell you, that many people would see and know about the merits and demerits of modern biotechnology.
Thank you so much.